Hey inspectors, just wanted to let you know that we will be closing the Whole Inspector merch interest form at the end of our 12-hour 100 episode celebration stream Friday, August 2nd. Once we order everything based on the interest forms, they'll be available as a limited run on my website. Once they're gone, they're gone. Oh yeah, I guess we're doing a 100 episode celebration too. Anyway, here's Holes!
We will inspect your home, right now.
Am I the hole for separating my finances from my husband because he won't quit giving his parents money? How split is this? 44% whole, 56% not the whole. Got it. Okay, here we go. Me and my husband have been together for over 9 years, and separating our finances never occurred to me until this past year. I'm the saver and he's the spender. In the beginning, it didn't bother me because we had 2 incomes and wasn't rich but lived comfortably. His family has always borrowed money from us but rarely ever paid that money back. I personally don't lend money, not even to family, but I do not stop him from lending his. A few years ago, my husband was in a bad car wreck and can no longer work, so I became the sole breadwinner. He now gets disability, but that was a 4-year process. In that time, we dwindled our savings to nothing and came close to losing everything. Our debt mounted and there was nothing I could do. When he received his back pay, I only asked him to pay off his vehicle, a loan in which I paid over 50 grand on in the last few years and put some in savings. You paid 50 grand on a car and it's still not paid off? He did neither. Instead, he blew the money, loaning over 10 grand to his family and paying nothing towards the debt we created. During this time, I was able to save some money from my paycheck, but not much, and had plans to pay off some debts once I had enough saved. He knew I was saving to do this. About a month ago, I noticed over $700 missing out of our savings and asked him what happened. He replied with, I loaned it to my parents. I asked when he was going to receive it back because that money was already spent and I needed it. He said, I don't know when they can afford to. I blew up and lost my shit. He didn't ask me. We didn't speak about it. He did it behind my back because he knew it would piss me off and I would say no if he asked. We had a huge fight. I figured after that fight he would stop, but no. Yesterday I checked my account and another $1,000 was gone. Gone to where, you ask? He gave it to his parents. How much money do they need, dude? You've loaned them, like in this story alone, not accounting for any of the other times that you have given your parents money, $11,700. I'm so mad I see red. I flat out told him that as of today, I'm done with his parents. I'll pay half the household bills, buy our food, and that's it. If he wants to lend all his disability to them, fine, but I'm not gonna go bust my ass 60 hours a week so he can keep giving our money away. So am I the hole for going to the bank and withdrawing all the money I put there and opening a new account so he doesn't have access to it? He seems to think I am and says I should want to make his parents happy. I would like to see them happy, I just don't want to pay for that happiness. Yeah, like honestly, splitting the finances is the least you should be doing. I don't think I would be with my partner anymore if something like this was happening. Making them happy doesn't sound like they actually need it. I want to know what the fuck is up with the parents here. Thank you, I've made an appointment with the counselor. After reading many comments, we will go from there. Okay. 11K is not make my mommy and daddy happy money. That's got to get my parents some kind of care money. Right, exactly. Like if they were in a facility, if they needed like constant care, I could see that money going towards that, but that doesn't sound like what's happening right now. He has always paid the bills first and given to them from savings. He would not put our home in jeopardy to help them out, but if he thinks it's just extra, he would give. He claims he only did it this time because they swore he would get back next week. I do not believe them. They never give it back. He says I believe them this time. LMAO, I don't. I'm getting my own accounts, that way I don't have to worry about him accidentally spending bill money. You're being taken advantage of. by your parents. And that's so messed up. That's so messed up. Either being taken advantage of or he just lied to her. Yeah, one of the two. Anyway, yeah, not the whole at all. This one has some spice. Am I the whole for not appreciating the surprise getaway my husband planned? For the past month, my husband, 27M, and I, 28F, have been in a rut. We've been arguing about so many trivial things. Last week, he randomly asked me if I liked eating s'mores. I said I don't care for them, and rarely do I ever crave them. He then asked me what I thought of cabins and camping. I told him I don't care for either, to be honest, and the only way I would go camping if it was a glamping experience. He nodded and said noted. Today he tells me to be ready and dressed by 4 p.m. because of a date we have planned. I put on a cute outfit because all he told me was we have a special date planned. Any other time he said that, the date usually involves us going out to a fancy restaurant. So I put on a skirt, some heels, and a top. He sees my outfit, doesn't say anything. The only thing I noticed that was odd was that he brought his backpack with him. I asked him why, and he said he just wanted to put his hoodie somewhere in case it gets cold later. I mean, lying to her, yes, but like to keep it a surprise, but also you're taking someone camping for a date. Don't let them dress in a skirt and heels. We get into the car, and 20 minutes into the drive, I ask him how far is the restaurant we're going to? He smiles and says, about an hour. I pull up my phone and start responding to some work emails to kill time. And then when we arrived to our destination, I honestly got so upset. It was a super tiny trailer in the middle of the West Virginia woods. There was a small picnic table outside and just woods. I asked him what we were doing there, and he turns to me and says, surprise, we're having a couples retreat. Do you like it? I walk inside the trailer, and mind you, my husband knows I am extremely claustrophobic. There is no room inside this trailer. I start panicking because A, I need physical space. B, I'm in heels and a skirt in the middle of the woods. C, he packed his PJs, his toothbrush, and a change of clothes, but didn't think to tell me I'd be needing anything for this day. Oh my God. I thought it was like a single night out. You did a whole weekend retreat and didn't have her pack anything, and then you didn't pack anything for her. Oh my God. At that point, I just blatantly asked him, have I ever expressed any interest in camping to you? He said, no. And then I followed up with, you know how much I hate small spaces. What made you think I'd enjoy this? I just really want to understand. He didn't say anything. I told him I appreciated the gesture, but I could not for the life of me figure out how he thought planning this in the way he did was going to help us get out of a rut. This isn't the first time he's planned something for me that I hated. And the worst thing, I've told him before, if I've never expressed interest in something, to please not gift it to me or plan a date around it. I do a very good job of giving him extremely thoughtful gifts and planning him very thoughtful dates/experiences. But today I told him that it just seems like there isn't any consideration for me in that regard. Am I the asshole for reacting the way that I did? No, not even a little bit. There was just a complete lack of consideration for you in any way. In any way, shape, or form. There are ways to do this in a very, very, very good way, and you just dropped the ball in every single category. Not the asshole. I'm bewildered by the idea of him planning a camping/outdoor/overnight type of event, not even hinting that you dressing up for going out to dinner was a problem, and not bringing along any toiletries or extra clothing for you. What was going on in this man's brain? I'm going to bring my wife out of the woods in inappropriate clothing with nothing for her to change into or sleep in, and she's going to be happy about it. I don't necessarily mind camping. This entire experience would feel disrespectful and piss me the heck off. Opie responds, I was very surprised to learn he didn't pack me anything at all. If he packed me an overnight bag, I might have reacted differently. I mean, yeah, sure, I hate small spaces. Would I have enjoyed myself? Probably not. But it would have been nice to know that my partner packed me my essentials, that he was thoughtful and intentional with the planning. The second top comment, I super hate the part where he didn't pack you any clothes or toiletries or anything. That was a total dumbass move. And OP responded, that part was the part that made me cry. Yeah, it feels like It feels like he doesn't respect her, like, at all. I can't see respect or trust or love, so I don't know why he's with her. She obviously cares and is being hurt, right? Yeah, let me see if there's an update from OP here, because I would have just left. I went home. Oh my God. The most recent surprise I planned was last month. He's a big Porsche guy, so I surprised him with a trip to the Porsche Experience in Carson, California. I booked us a lunch date at restaurant 917 4 months in advance, and I booked him a driving experience on the track in his favorite Porsche. Girl, leave him. Girl, get out. Leave. No. I really want to read this comment tree. No way. No way, dude. I need to know what he said about why he didn't pack you anything. What was his reasoning? How did he consciously pack himself a bag but not pack you anything? OP responds, he forgot and I could wear his t-shirt if I was so concerned about the whereabouts of my PJs. I was so ready to give him the benefit of the doubt. That clears any doubt I had in my mind that he was in any way trying to be thoughtful. He wasn't trying to be thoughtful. He was trying to smooth things over with as little effort as possible. He didn't forget. He simply didn't care. Yeah. I won't even say that he has just one brain cell, because if he was planning a trip with his guy friends, he'd be so prepared. But when it comes to me, he's so forgetful and in a rush. I'm getting Botox this weekend and a fucking divorce. I'm tired. Oh my God. Yeah. All right, here we go. This is the Bagel post. Am I the asshole for not giving my son more allowance, even though he is going hungry at practice? So a controversial opinion, food money should not be allowance money. Real. I came here because I'm annoyed. Maybe I'm wrong, but this situation is odd. Everyone in the family gets an allowance. My son, 15, is in swim, and he has to be there at 5:45 3 times a week. It's morning practice, and then he goes to school. Now, he usually will buy breakfast from the school cafe, and then all his money is gone. My daughters don't buy breakfast and just will eat before school or skip, so their allowance is mostly saved or used for the movies or something. My son came to me and asked for more allowance due to being hungry. I told him no, and that he can eat before or pack or something. We got in a huge argument. He thinks I'm a jerk, and now my ex is on my ass about it. Am I being unreasonable? There's an edit before all of this. Okay, I'll sit down with him tonight and show him how to pack a breakfast. I feel like that's going to go over extremely poorly since he is 15 and I'm basically saying he doesn't know how to put fruit or other stuff in a bag. We have breakfast bars, protein bars, single-serve cereal boxes, the standard bagels, eggs, Pop-Tarts, those breakfast bowls, and a ton of fruit, banana strawberries, and so on, all from a comment. They went and bought that stuff so that he could pack them. Okay, got it. We have plenty of food he can pack for after or just eat breakfast at home. Also, I'm not going to force my daughter to eat breakfast if they are not hungry in the morning. That's a horrible idea. What? If I were his sisters, I'd expect more too. Him not planning appropriately shouldn't mean he gets more money. I mean, but the sisters are also not having to wake up at 5:45 in the morning. It's equity, not equality, you know? Yeah, right, Star. You have to teach them, right? OP sucks for only wanting to have a conversation with her son because Reddit told her. Real. A top comment is, yes, the asshole, but not for the money. Your son is struggling with planning. It's your job as a parent to work with the 15-year-old and help him plan. Why not make breakfast the night before? You can help him make that part of his routine. Hard boil a few eggs, teach him to make a frittata on Sundays, which would last most of the week. Help him pack a bagel and cream cheese. You can get him a small lunchbox with an ice pack so all of it stays cool. Stop watching your son struggle and help him by guiding his planning. Teach your kid responsibility and planning and not just be like, he wants more money, fuck you. I'm still split on this. They can resolve this without giving more money. Just teach it right. Yeah, like absolutely. Absolutely. You could teach meal planning, basically. Meal prep for this. There's so many on the go options for breakfast. If this was a wanting designer shoes thing, it'd be different. But if this is food, find a way it right. Exactly. This is your kid who is going hungry because he doesn't have enough resources. So either give the kid a special food allowance for going to swim practice, or use it as an opportunity to help plan and teach planning and preparation and responsibility. Am I the hole for ruining a funeral and potentially costing a lot of family members their jobs? We've got 35% whole, 65% not the whole. All right. My grandparents passed away recently. I followed the guidelines my grandma set up for her final event: her church, her burial plot, her casket, and the same for my grandpa. I just didn't expect for it to be a joint funeral. I sent out the notifications to friends of theirs and family after the date was set in stone. Their friends all came, so did most of my grandma's church, but no family showed up. I wasn't surprised. I hadn't seen most of them in about 4 years. I had a great time with my grandparents' friends, and then I went back home and cried my heart out. I had been their sole caregiver, and I didn't know what to do without them. I had taken care of them for 15 years. It started with little things like lifting heavy things and escalated to needing to change the bed twice a night sometimes. I was empty and started to scroll through my grandpa's Facebook to see pictures he posted before his memory went. I found a group started about 3 years ago that was being flooded with activity. When I went poking around, I found out it was my mother who was hosting a funeral at her church and was trying to get final expenses taken care of. I was stunned. Here was the woman I hadn't spoke to since throwing her out of the house for stealing jewelry and upsetting grandma terribly by using her Alzheimer's against her. How could you forget my birthday? You promised to give me this. I went to the funeral my mother had planned and listened to the pastor, and then my mother go up to talk. She told everyone how hard it was taking care of them, and something inside me roared to life. I don't remember everything I said, but it did include that she didn't pay for anything for them, not their caskets, not their burial plots, not their cremation, nothing. I told everyone I put them to rest at the funeral Grandma planned herself 4 days prior. I said she'd never paid for any of their care or even seen them for 4 years. I was asked to leave and drove home. Later, a cousin asked me if what I had said was true, and when I said it was and I could provide proof, they explained my mother had been taking funds from the family for years to pay for their care at a facility because they had outlived their insurance policy. They also explained I got a lot of people in trouble because somewhere in the speech I shouted I had done it all alone for years without any help. A lot of family members used my grandparents as an excuse to get out of work and had invited their co-workers to the funeral. By hearing my outbursts, they were now in trouble for lying as for the reasons to leave work or miss days. She then went out to ask me about the inheritance and when that would be passed out. I told her that if anyone had earned the inheritance, it had already been taken care of. I thought I was in the right, but now I'm doubting myself after so many cousins and family members are calling to tell me I handled it really poorly. Am I the whole? Did I handle this badly? Everyone's telling me I did. Oh my God! I don't think it was handled badly at all. OP's mom was literally up in front of everyone scamming. My milk brings all the milk to the milk. And they're like, it's milker than milk. Damn milk. It's milker than milk. I can milk you, but I have to milk. Thanks, I hated that. Everyone hated that.